tu ini adalah join lah. Join. Saya bulat-bulatkan tu, nampak Dengar ke suara saya? Terputus lagi.
Alhamdulillah dah okey.
Dengar je.
Dengar Alright. So foundation inilah kita tiang-tiang ni we call it as foundation lah Alright. And then roof load reaction force, as you can see on the right side of the slide. So the reaction force yang the red color tu lah, right? This is the reaction force, which is the reaction force usually occur at dia punya what we call it sekejap ada term dia sebenarnya support. So ini kita panggil sebagai support. Okay. And ini support. So ini dua adalah support. And then yang ini adalah connection. Okay. And then this is the example of bridge structure. Okay. Structure, so kita adalah dia standard member dia, combination of member, and then jadilah terbentuk lah dia punya bridge ataupun truss. Alright. This is types of truss structure. Yang thread, buckle, truss, away, camelback, warren, fig, banyak lah, boleh baca lah. And then ini sebenarnya yang tadi kalau cerita tentang dia punya design of truss, by using this type of trusses, and then you decide which one is you want to use for to support your load. Itu tu dalam degree level lah. So diploma tak ada sama tak. Kita hanya tunjukkan jenis truss saja. Alright. And then so this is the example of truss in real situation, right? Real situation. So as you can see here, this one is for bridge lah. Di sebelah kiri tu kan, on the left side. So using pin. This one is pin support. So support ni kalau kita case balik dengan jambatan tadi kan, kita ada dua keadaan. Dan this is our jambatan lah. Okay. So this one here is support. So itulah kita panggil sebagai truss support. And then kita ada joint connection. So joint connection ni dia punya penyambungan lah, connection of slender member tu. So dia berlaku di mana? Di sini lah. Jadi contoh 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Contoh itu adalah joint connection. Itu beza truss support dengan joint connection. Okay, faham tak setakat ni? So support ni kalau kita bina jambatan, kita punya overall structure tu yang kena pada structure lain, dia dua dia tu. Kalau jambatan tebing lah, situ kita panggil sebagai support. Boleh faham?
Boleh je.
Alright. So apa assumption yang ada untuk working with trusses ni? First, all of them are applied at the joints. So kita assume loading yang berlaku pada structure tu dia berlaku pada joint. Mesti berlaku pada joint. And then yang kedua consists entirely of two force members. Why two force members? Because of slender lah. Slender kita ada macam tu bentuk dia, slender member. So dia akan ada dua connection hujung ke hujung. So bila ada connection dua ni, dia akan ada force dekat dia punya connection force. Alright, either tensile ataupun ke dalam compress. Okay, tensile, tension or compression in process tu. So this is what we call it as two force member. So kalau you nampak kat gambar ini yang saya bulatkan tu, alright, kita ada tiga two force member. 1, 2, 3, which is all these member we have two connection at the end of the member tu, hujung-hujung dia tu. Alright. And then all members are joined by pin connections. Dia mesti ada pin connection. Ini assumption maksudnya kalau kita buat jambatan kat apa, kita punya connection of the member we use pin connection, which is inilah pin yang bulat-bulat tu, kecil-kecil tu. Sorry. Ini bukan. So yang ni 1, 2, ini kita kenali sebagai pin connection. Yang A and B, this one is support Kita panggil sebagai support. Kenapa? Dia kena pada surface lah. yang mana berada pada surface, yang tu kita kenali sebagai support. Faham?
Faham.
Soalan tak? Faham Okay. Review for two force members. Alright. So yang saya terangkan tadi, we have tension, keadaan kita, and then compression. Yang ni yang kita nak cari nanti, kita nak analyse in our structure for thrust. So normally soalan yang minta kita cari dia punya force yang berlaku terhadap member tu, either in tension or compression. Tu soalan biasa tanya kita lah. Alright. So these are the example of two force member. Kita ada force, contoh yang nombor satu ni tensile kan, A to B, and then at the same line kata for a two force member, the 2 points must have force with same magnitude, same line of action and opposite sense. Itu baru kita panggil sebagai two force member. Dia punya value of F sama, dia punya arah dia berlawanan, and then dia berada dalam satu line yang sama. The same thing goes to the picture at the below one lah. Okay, A and B kita ada bentuk C yang tu kan lebih kurang. And then the same thing, we have the same value, same magnitude of force, and then in opposite direction and occurs at a same line. Yeah. Sama, the L shape pun sama juga. Dia mesti dalam satu line. Let's say kalau satu ke sana, satu ke sini ataupun ke sini, yang tu we cannot call it sebagai two force member sebab the direction of force is not opposite at anymore. Okay? Understand? Faham?
Faham sir.
Alright. So this is how we want to draw free body diagram for thrust. Right? So as you can see here, this is the structure, our thrust lah. Okay? And then from this, we want to draw the free body diagram. What we need to do first, we need to identify types of connection at support. Support, what is support? Support ni connection yang kena pada surface. So itu adalah support. So in this case, we have two different types of support. First is rocker at A, then another one is pin at C. So we have external force at connection 400 Newton and also 600 Newton at focus at connection. So this one we can this is comply with our assumption. Saya dalam kita ada assumption dia kata force tu mestilah dikenakan pada pin. So itulah 400 Newton and 600 Newton. Apa ni external force was applied at pin at connection. Faham? So from that kita boleh draw free body diagram. So this is the free body diagram for this structure. Okay. So as we all know, for rocker we only have one reaction force, which is the force must be perpendicular to the surface. That's why you can see here the AY, it is perpendicular to the AD punya member, which is kita assume dia perpendicular to the surface. Alright, and then for C, pin, we have two forces in X and Y axis. So that's why you can see here the direction of force, why it is downward. For the direction of force at each connection of support, you actually can put it in your own assumption. If let's say you want to put it upward, it also can. Because why? Let's say if you calculate the reaction force at the end of the calculation tu, you will get the positive or negative sign. If let's say you assume the direction is upward, okay, contoh kalau you assume the direction of CY is upward, and then when you calculate the value, you got the negative value. So when you got the negative value, it is actually indicate that the correct direction is opposite to your assumption, which is the correct direction is downward. Faham tak?
Faham sir.
Okay. Itu saya nak bagi tahu. Right? Ataupun kata lainnya, nak mudah, you just imagine lah. You can say you apply for 400 Newton and also 600 Newton. Macam mana akan berlaku pada structure tu? Mana pergerakan dia? So, of course dia akan bergerak ke bawah. Bila bergerak ke bawah, maksudnya reaction force kat C ni actually boleh assume dia ke atas sebenarnya, CY. Betul lah. And then for CX, it is opposite direction to 600 because you tarik 600 Newton to the right, and then at C, possibly the reaction force will be opposite direction to 600. So dia akan to the left. Itulah. And then you calculate lah. Kalau bila you calculate, dapat positif CY, you dapat positif CX, meaning that your assumption is correct lah. If you got either CY or CX is a negative value, then the direction is actually opposite to your assumption. Okay. And then we have another free body diagram, which is free body diagram by joint. Alright, this one we call it free body diagram for rigid body. This one FBD for rigid body overall structure. And then another free body diagram that you need to draw is free body diagram for joint. Why joint? Because you need to draw all the free body diagram for connection or joint. So in this example, you actually have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 connection. So you need to draw all the connection lah, joint tu. You need to draw all the connection, free body diagram for all the connection. So that one you can see in the slide tu lah, yang di sebelah kanan bawah tu. And then nanti saya akan terangkan macam mana nak lukis dia punya free body diagram untuk joint ni. There are two methods of evaluating trusses. First, we have method of joints, which is static equilibrium of a point, and then the second one is method of section, which is also known as static equilibrium of a rigid body. Alright. So first, we look at how to evaluate our joint, our trusses using method of joint. Right. So evaluate force by individual joint. Treat each joint as a 2D particles. Assumptions: all members are in tension. Thus force must be directed outward. Alright. Force at the member, you must assume it outward. Remember, outward. So bila outward, that's why like you can see here, dia punya arah untuk dekat member ni dipanggil pakai slender member. Let's say kita ambil point B, dia punya arah mesti keluar, outward, untuk all the members. And then for external force, we remain the same direction, which is if let's say the direction 400 Newton is downward, so you remain it 400 Newton downward. Untuk external force, you remain the same direction. But for member, you must assume it outward. Clear tak yang tu?
Clear sir.
Alright. And then the same thing goes to other connection lah. Sama juga. Alright. And then stats. What is step for analysis for method of joint? First, draw overall free body diagram. Figure A. So this is a figure A. Sorry. This is a figure A. So draw overall free body diagram. Actually figure A is rigid body lah. We call it as rigid body. Alright. And then find reaction force at support by using equation of equilibrium for rigid body. So equation of equilibrium for rigid body, as we already learned in chapter 3, we have assumption summation of fx equal to 0, summation of fy equal to 0, and also summation of moment equal to 0. So from that, we can calculate the reaction force at support. Support. Support bukan connection, support. So support tu apa? Kalau dalam case kita tadi, we have A and B lah, rocker and also P. That one is support. So kita kena calculate dulu dia punya support, reaction force at support. And then the second step is draw free body diagram for each joint of the truss. That one, it is illustrated in figure So how to draw the free body diagram for point or joint? Alright, as we already learned just now, kita kena assume all the force at the slender member must be outward. And then the external force, reaction force, external force sekali dengan reaction force lah dekat support tu, kita remain the direction yang asal tu. Right? If let's say 400 Newton downward, so it must be 400 Newton downward lah. Kalau AY tu you dapat positif ke atas, so you kena remain AY tu ke atas. Hanya member tu saja you kena buatkan arah daya dia outward keluar. Okay, understand? Understand tak? And then using equation of equilibrium for particle, find force for each member of the truss. Start with joint with only 2 unknown forces, then proceed to the rest of the joint. And then equation of equilibrium for particle, we only have 2. Summation of Fx equal to 0 and also summation of Fy equal to 0. And there is no summation of moment equal to 0. Why? Because logic lah, joint. Kita hanya ada satu point. And all the force, dia akan act on that point only. We don't have any distance that is perpendicular to these forces yang ada pada line tu. That's why kita tiada summation of moment equal to 0 tu. Understand?
Faham tak?
So kalau you nampak guys tu dia kata start with joint with only 2 unknown forces. It means that bila you dah lukis semua you punya free body diagram for joint, you tengok which one only have 2 unknown forces. Kalau ada dua-dua lah, either contoh let's say kalau dalam kita punya example ni we have 2. Let's say at point A and point B, you have 2 unknown force, which is unknown force ni yang dekat slender member tu slender member, bukan termasuk yang 400 Newton external force tu, ni dekat member tu saja. So let's say kalau point A ni of course lah, for sure you nampak kita ada FAB and FAD. These two unknown force maksudnya dia comply lah dengan kita punya syarat tu. But for B, point B, joint B tu, kalau you tengok the external force, the unknown forces is 3 kan, ada 3 FAB, FBD kalau dekat point B ni, FAB, FBD, FBC, so more than 2. So kita tak boleh start kat situ. So kalau dalam case ini kita kena start dekat point A lah, ataupun point C satu lagi pun boleh juga. Kenapa? We have also 2 unknown forces, which is FBC and FBD. So CY and CF ni adalah external force due to the support. So yang unknown forces kita ada FBC dengan FBD. So either you nak start with at point A or C, boleh lah, okay. And then after that barulah you boleh solve untuk yang lain. You just replace lah the value to the solution. Okay, boleh faham tak? Boleh? Dengar tak suara saya?
Boleh je, boleh.
Sebab senyap saya sawat takut nanti kan lost lagi connection tadi. Okay, this is the example of trusses lah. Right, so the question is the truss is pin connected at A and has a roller at B. Determine the forces in each member and state whether the member is in tension or compression. Okay, normal lah. The question normally we need to determine the value of force in each member and also state whether the member tu is in tension or compressed. So when tension ni bila you calculate you dapat value positive value untuk member tu. That one meaning that the member is in tension condition. Alright, and then if let's say you got the negative value and then the state of member is in compression. Okay. So in this case, first step, what you need to do is you draw free body diagram for all rigid body. As you can see here, find reaction force at support. So by using moment A at point A equal to 0, why they choose moment at A equal to 0, moment at point A because of the numbers of reaction force or force at point A is more lah, maksudnya lebih banyak compare to other point. So kita eliminate that point, so we letak dekat situ sebagai point of moment. So from that we can calculate the value of B. Value of B, dapat nilai B tu berapa. B tu dekat roller lah. As we all know, roller the reaction force is perpendicular to the surface. So this is the surface, so the force will be perpendicular to the surface. That's why we only have B here. And then for A, that one is a pin. When pin kita ada force at Y and also X axis. So from that we calculate lah, dapat B, and then Fs equal to 0, As equal to 0. Why? Because we don't have any force in X direction. Ada satu saja dekat AX, yang lain tak ada. Ni vertical, yang ni pun vertical, ni pun vertical. So that's why lah the value of X equal to 0. Alright, and then Fy equal to 0, we have we can get the value of Ay lah by replacing the value of B in equation. So we got the value of, we will get the value of Ay. Alright, as you can see here, dia punya direction tu dia bergantung kepada assumption you. Okay, and then the second step, draw free body diagram for each joint. Dah dapat tadi reaction force at support tu, kita draw pula dia punya free body diagram dekat joint. So keluarkan semua joint tu. Kita ada joint D, C, A, B, and then seperti biasa, seperti yang saya dah terangkan tadi, all the forces at member ataupun slender member, we must assume it's outward. So nampaklah FBD outward semua kan. And then yang external force will remain the same direction. So kalau tadi 4 kN ni ke bawah, so sini dia pindah saja ke bawah, benda yang sama saja. It still remain the same direction. Alright, and then the same thing goes to the point C, A and B itulah. Alright, and then after that you find AC, find AB, find BC. So this the third step, it is illustrate, it is show on how to determine the value of each member ataupun slender member tu. So dia guna summation of Fx equal to 0 and a summation of Fy equal to 0. And then we can define lah the value of each member at CD and FBD. FBD, the same thing goes at joint A. As you can see here, it is started with the 2 unknown forces. The same thing goes at joint A. We have 2 unknown forces. So we solve this one first, and then after that we proceed to other joint which is have more than 2 unknown forces. So we can get the value lah, right? So far faham tak? Faham ke? Boleh Kalau boleh saya nak proceed dengan group work 1 ni. Saya nak tunjuk macam mana nak solve.
Boleh sir.
So kita tengok group work 1. So seperti mana yang saya dah explain tadi tu, first step is we draw free body diagram for rigid body. And then first and foremost, what we need to do is we identify types of connection and support. So at point C, we have pin. So pin, the reaction force will be CY and CX. And then at point A, we have point C is roller. So roller, the reaction force must be at CX only, which is perpendicular to the surface. And then at point A we have pin. So the direction of force is, this one is CY and then CX. Okay. Ada apa nak tanya? dalam menentukan arah ataupun nak tengok force untuk reaction force. Semua faham
So macam sama je pin dengan roller tu, sir?
Pin dengan roller sama apa tu?
Nampaknya sama ke?
Lain. Ni tengok ni bawah tu.
Oh,
Bulat.
baru perasan. Okay, terima kasih, sir.
C X. Alright. And then kita dah tentukan jenis connection dengan support. We draw free body diagram for rigid body. Alright. So free body diagram will be and then we have CX, CY, CX, and then force 250 Newton, and then what is 200 Newton. This one is point A, point B, point C, and point D. So D here we have 400 Newton force, and then 300 Newton force. Alright. So the length is 2 meter. Meter it is the square lah. Square meter there. Okay. And then after that, by using static equilibrium equation for rigid body, assumption Fx equal to 0, Fy equal to 0, and also moment equal to 0, we determine the value of reaction force at support. Right? So in this case, you start with moment lah dulu Kita start dengan moment lah. Moment equal to 0. So which point you want to choose for reference? Moment. Which point? Nak pilih point mana untuk jadikan sebagai point untuk moment kita? Point A lah Why we choose A? Because at point A we have more unknown forces. We have 2 unknown forces, CX and CY. So bila banyak, kita hapuskan dulu kat situ. So kita boleh cari yang lain. Okay. So when moment at A equal to 0, so we have 400 Newton. The rotation is clockwise. So the value is negative 400 times 2, and then we have lagi 300 is not moment because the direction of force is same line at point A with point A, so there is no distance, that is perpendicular to this force. And then we have CX. So CX, the rotation is counter clockwise, so it is positive. CX times 2. And then we have 200 Newton. 200. And then the distance that is perpendicular to this force is 2 meter. And then the rotation of the moment is clockwise. So negative. Also negative times 2. 250. There is no distance that is perpendicular to this force. So there is no moment over there. Then we can get the value of CX. Semua masih follow ke?
Terima kasih. Boleh, sir.
Ada nak tanya? So value of CX is 600 Newton. And then kita dapat value dia positif. Maksudnya assumption kita CX tu ke kiri tu betul lah. Tu CX. Boleh? So far. And then we solve for Fx equal to 0. Positif, assumption kita ke kanan positif. So we have negative Cx, which is the value is, sorry saya tak C ni, confused. Ni Ay, yang ni Ax. So we have negative Ax and then plus 400 Newton to the right, and then we have Cx negative minus 600. And then we have plus 250 to the right at point B. So our AX value is positive, negative. Positive. So dapat 50 Newton, betul tak? Positif kan?
Betul sir.
So betul lah tu, assumption kita tadi tu memang dia ke kiri juga untuk AX. Alright, so the second reaction force at point A. And then the last one, we solve for Fy equal to 0. Upward is positive. We have Ay minus 300 minus 200. So Ay equal to
500.
Newton. So positive value sama lah, kita assume ke atas, maksudnya betul lah assumption kita tu, dia belah ke atas. So done for free body diagram, rigid body. You already get the value of reaction force. And then after that, the second step is we draw free body diagram for joint. For joint. So we have point A, point D, point C, point B. So we start with the joint that have two unknown forces, which is in this case we have point D and B that have two unknown forces. Yang A dengan C tu ada tiga, sebab dia ada tiga slender bar, slender member yang bersambung kat point tu. 1, 2, 3. So point B kita ada 2, point B kita ada 2. So you start with either point D or B. Let's say saya ambil point D dulu lah. So point D, saya start point D. So F, DC, dia mesti outward and then we have F, DA, and then we have force 400 Newton, and then 300 Newton. From this, we calculate by using assumption Fx equal to 0. Ada lagi yang bawa masuk. And then we have Fx kita ada 400 plus dengan FDC, betul tak? 400 to the right, FDC pun to the right, so plus lah. So FDC will be negative 400 Newton, which is, kalau negatif ni dia indicate dia adalah compression. Betul tak jawapan dia? Okey, betul. FCD, FDC samalah. Ini jawapan dia. Faham tak sekarang ni? Faham
Sir, kenapa yang second step yang join tu kita ambil apa D?
Point D.
Point D.
So tadi kalau you masih ingat, punya step kat atas tu saya dah explain. Untuk join, start with join with only two unknown forces ni. Nampak tak ni?
Oh, okay.
So point D dan dalam case kita tadi tu point D ataupun point B yang ada dua unknown force kan. So kita start either point D ataupun point B dululah. Sebab apa saya cakap macam tu, if let's say you nak start dengan point A yang ada tiga unknown force, bila you nak solve guna Fx, Fy ni tak akan dapat jawapan. Sebab apa, dia ada tiga unknown force tu. Bila you nak selesaikan guna persamaan tak, you takkan jumpa. That's why kita solve yang dua dulu. Boleh faham itu? So now we proceed with Fy equal to 0. So we have 300 negative minus FDA. So FDA the same thing, the value is negative 300 Newton, which is compression lah. So compression, kita tengok jawapan dia. FDA, FD sama lah. So betul lah jawapan dia. Okay, 300, betul lah. Yang tadi 400 compress. Boleh?
Boleh sih.
Alright, and then
Faham sih.
Boleh saya.
ini point B. Now we proceed with point mana pula nak ambil. Let's say kita nak dengan A lah, sebab A tu dah boleh kira dah, sebab kita dapat dah nilai FTA ni. FTA dah dapat tadi kan. So dekat point A tu dia akan ada dua lah unknown yang kita tak tahu. FTA dah ada. So kita tengok point A pula. Point A, kita ada AY. AY kita punya value adalah 500 Newton. And then kita ada AX, which is direction dia ke sana, sebanyak 50 Newton. And then we have, ini adalah FTA tadi yang kita kira. And then we have FAC. And then we have FAB. And then the angle is, the angle itu artinya 2 bagi 1 tu 45 lagi dah. Jadi soalan sama sekali boleh faham tak ni? Satu bagi 2 2 bagi 2 jadi 2 kita tambah dan alright, so boleh kita buat lah fx equal to 0. Summation of fx equal to 0 positive to the right, and then we have negative 50, and then we have FAB, okay, FAB plus FAB plus FAB cos 45 degree. Nampak ada so kita tahu ada y tak. Alright, jadi kita FEA itu kita atas positif yang value yang kita dapat tadi 100 negatif dan kita tukar 100 negatif. Alright, then minus ada 900 positif, so plus 500. Then we have FAC, so plus FAC sin 45 degree. So we get the value of FAC lah. Okay, boleh setakat ni? Faham tak? Ada siapa-siapa nak tanya tak? Tak ada
So, saya nak tanya yang
yang mana
sebenarnya
tu?
nak tanya yang mula tu sir. Yang moment.
Kenapa dengan
Yang
moment tu?
moment yang first tu, kenapa yang perpendicular tu sir? Kenapa tak ambil yang dia sebab dia tak ada direction lah sir.
Apa ni?
Yang 250. Yang moment yang dekat
Point,
yang Travis mention, moment A tu.
ya. 250 mana yang ni? Yang 250 ni?
Kenapa?
Dia dengan point A tu dia moment ke?
Dia dengan point A.
Point A kat sini kan? So dia punya arah sini. Ada tak jarak perpendicular? Tak ada kan? So kalau dia tarik kat situ dia
okey. Dapat.
Okay.
Nampak sir.
Tak ada Okay, saya proceed So nilai FAC kita adalah negative 300 plus 500 and then bagi sin 45 283 and then the value is negative. Sebab kita pindah sana negative 283. So this one bila negative compression lah. Okay, compression. So FAC tak dapat dah, betul tak? FAC 283 compression. So betul. Okay, and then apa lagi yang tak ada kita dapat? FAD dah, FDC dah, FAC tadi kan, FAC pun dah. So kita tak ada lagi FAB dengan FBC. So yang tu kita guna point B. Point B dia contribute kepada force dekat slender member BC and AB So we draw point B. Point B we have 200 Newton ke bawah, 250 Newton ke kanan. Kita ada FBC dan we have FAB. Ini very straightforward lah. Sebab dia ada FX dan FY je. Dia tak ada angle, dia tak ada force yang ada angle. So Fx equal to 0, positive, negative FAB plus 250. So FAB equal to 250 Newton. So bila positif dia adalah tension ataupun tidak tension. Right? And then Fy pula. Fy equal to 0, positif ke atas. So we have FBC minus 200. So FBC equal to 200 Newton. Also tension. Betul tak? FAB 250. FAB 250 tension. FBC 200 Newton tension. So kita dapat the same value tadi. So betul lah. Ada soalan? Habis. Siap untuk group number 1. Okay. Any question?
No,
Ada
tak ada sir.
So kalau tak ada, saya explain, saya continue Yang group work number 2 tu is actually sepatutnya di bawah lagi ni. Dia salah arrange punya example ni sebenarnya. Sebab apa? Kita perlu tahu juga tentang special concept of zero force member. Right, as you can see in the slide, what is zero force member? Dia kata force in the member is zero. Itu zero force member. And then apa dia punya criteria? What is the criteria of zero force member? First, structural members that carry no force. And then the second one is used to increase the stability of the truss during construction and to provide added support if the loading. Right, off, bukan if tu, off. Alright, and then in this case, kalau you tengok yang gambar sebelah kanan tu, mana dia punya zero force member? How to identify zero force member? Kalau tengok daripada slide ni, can generally be formed by inspection of each of the joint. Kita tengok setiap joint tu. For case 1, if two members are connected at a joint and there is no external force applied to the joint. Kita ada dua slender member, and then antara dua slender member ni dia ada penyambungan tu lah, connection using pin. And then pada pin tu, connection tu, there is no external force applied. So in that case, itu adalah zero force member. Contoh kalau dalam gambar rajah ini, yang ini AF dan juga AB. Kalau you tengok A tu, point A tu, dia punya connection join dia kat A kan. And then kat point A tu, there is no external force. So bila tak ada external force, maksudnya automatically dia punya slender member AF dan AB nilai dia kosong. The same thing goes to the point D ni. Sebab dia ada dua slender member, two members, slender member, two members, sini ada dua member. So they join dekat point D. And then tiada force dekat D, tak ada external force. So ini juga kita kenali sebagai zero force member. Point mana slender AED dengan DC ni, dia punya value of force dia adalah kosong. And then faham tak? Faham tak cara nak determine zero force member? Untuk contoh tadi. Boleh Alright. And then case number 2. If three members are connected at a joint, Maknanya kita ada 3 member. 1, 2, 3. And there is no external force applied to the joint. Maksudnya 3 member ni dia join pada satu point, which is point D tu kalau tengok. And there is no external force at point D tu. Dia tak ada external force pun. 400 ke P ke apa tak letak. Maksudnya tak ada kosong, tak ada force applied to the joint, and 2 of the members are collinear. 2 of the members are collinear. Member mana yang collinear tu? Sorry, bukan point D Saya salah explain. Ini member ni. Kita ada, nampak tak? A to B ni satu member, B to C satu, D, B tu satu. Maksudnya kita ada 3 members. Okay, and then connected at a joint. So connected at joint B, and there is no external force. Tak ada external force dekat point B applied to the joint, and 2 of the members are collinear. 2 of member collinear. Collinear ni maksudnya dalam satu line yang sama lah. Ni A, B dan juga BC, satu line yang sama. Okay, so apa yang akan berlaku? FAB equal to FBC. Maksudnya force tak equal to 0, tapi dia punya value dia adalah sama. FAB equal to FBC. But for FBD which is yang bukan collinear collinear tadi tu, dia akan jadi, value dia akan jadi kosong. Boleh? Nilai force tu. Maksudnya kita tak berkira lah. Terus letak kosong sebagai value dia. Sama juga yang tadi tu. Siapa nak masuk ni? Habis kelas lah. Next time kalau masuk awal dah nak habis kelas lah. Jadi susah kita nak setting balik, nak kena keluar, nak kena masuk bila kita nak accept request yang lambat ni. Okay, faham tak saya ni? Zero force member. Faham Alright, kalau faham, kita berbalik semula kepada group work number 2 tu. Itu example tu actually dia merujuk kepada zero force member jugalah. Alright, so the truss is subjected to the vertical load 900 Newton at D. So at point D ni, dia ada force 900 Newton and supported by hinge at A. Hinge, pin lah. Kita ada pin dekat point A. And then a roller at C. So point C kita ada roller. Determine the forces in each member of the truss and state whether the members are in tension or compressed. Identify zero force member. Nampak tak? Dalam kes ni dia minta kita identify zero force member. So, kat mana zero force member untuk soalan ni? First, case nombor 1 tadi yang